we're able to experience, or we're able to write and create shows and films like that because we've experienced life. We've gone through these ups and downs and these reverberations of dealing with different people and the responses that come from laying down with a person, sharing emotional and personal experiences with a person, sinning, lusting, desiring, being righteous, being moral, setting boundaries. There's ripple effects for everything. There's ripple effects for being angry. There's ripple effects for smiling at a person. There's ripple effects for being kind to a person, for opening a door for a person, for being mean. Everything has a ripple effect to it. It can shift your perception of what you're looking at in dozens of ways. Now, what do I really mean by two versions of one reality? Well, just like I'm in this reality right here, where I'm having conversations with people online, and I have all of these um, extreme circumstances surrounding me outside of this camera. What I'm doing here has the potential to create another lane or another history that hasn't even been seen yet. But it all depends on what happens with my consistency, with my persistence, with my belief, my faith, my hope, my challenging myself, my just saying I'm not even about to listen to anyone who is demonic or under the control of assumption or consuming negativity as their beverage or their choice of edification. If I just ignore it and I do this with my ears and I keep my blinders on and I keep on doing what I'm doing going forward, and I'm not looking back and I'm not looking sideways, picking up strangers and stragglers. I ultimately alter the course of the reality that I am currently in right now. What I'm doing right now doesn't affect what's going to happen yesterday, but it can definitely affect what's going to happen tomorrow and 10 minutes from now. Every choice, every decision, every action has a alternate reality. And when we see people that are angry and upset and they're struggling and they're in turmoil and they're in strife and there's crisis and there's dissension and people are going against each other constantly, and it's always like this. That's one reality. That's one version of one reality that they've created. But there's more than one version of that. The other version comes from deciding that you're going to opt to do something completely different to get you where you are versus where you were in the first place. So if you want to lead your life being combative and you want to lead your life being dismissive and rambunctious and you're all over the place, that's your decision and your choice to do. You have the right to do whatever you want, to be whatever you want, to go wherever you want. No one is stopping you from being a asshole. Nobody is stopping you from being a phony friend or a fake supporter or a placeholder in a relationship. No one is stopping you from being a simp. No one is stopping you from being angry and sabotaging people's lives. No one is stopping you from your belief systems. You can believe in whatever you want. You can preach whatever you want. Go out here into the world and give out whatever type of information you want to give to people. Be a teacher, be a performer, be an actor, do whatever it is you wish. You create the versions of your reality. You can live in one and then be so confused you'll think that version that you're in is actually the correct version of what your reality is supposed to be like. Kind of confusing, right? Yeah, I know. You know why I love Lord of the Rings so much, especially like that little piece right there, is because if you've ever like sat on your front porch or in a nice, quiet, little cozy place, and you ain't listening to people gossip and run their mouth, and it ain't a bunch of you're not getting diluted with other people's opinions and thoughts, and you don't have nobody in your face constantly giving you or putting their negative auras and continents on you. Then you know that you get a chance to decompress, and you really get to think. I like to think about how I can reshape my views of value, how I can reshape my performance on these platforms, how I can get better with communicating, how I can be more articulate, what will be the benefits of being better with articulating my frustrations or getting my ideas across to people that will say, well, I believe in this person. He has the right idea. I can see that he's passionate about this, or he sees something here that has potential. I can buy into it. I'm always looking at two different versions of a reality, depending on what I decide to do moving forward. If I can be kind, even though you're not so kind to me, if I continuously pray what that can do for me, what happens if I go right instead of left, if I say no and I keep saying no versus always saying yes to something. We're here because of two different versions of a reality. And I would love to say with all confidence and certainty that we've all lived two different versions of one. You experimented with one personality, it didn't work out. You experimented with one personality, and for a while it was fun.